George Washington. I'm Cody Seaman. I chose George Washington as my topic because he was our founding father, also because he was our first president. You will learn his childhood, militia career, and his afterlife. I hope you like it. George was born in February 1732 on a tobacco plantation. George had two siblings, a brother and a sister. When he grew up, he hunted, fished, and loved math. He also was a tough athlete. In 1743, when George was 11, his father, Augustine Gus Washington, died. George set his heart on a military career after his father died. That was because his father was in the militia. George also had two mothers. His stepmom was very stern. They moved and lived by the Rappahannock River, all cooking wood in their fireplace. In the late summer of 1774, George gathered 55 other colonial representatives at the Continental Congress in Philadelphia. He talked about the war. Later on, he presented himself to the government at Williamsburg and became an officer in the Virginia militia. George's impact on the Revolutionary War was that he gathered 6 men and led the French expedition west in October 1753. Years later, the American army was ambushed and General Braddock was killed, so George had to organize a retreat. When George got home, he sent a note to Braddock's grave saying, "The dead, the dying, the groans and cries along the road of the wounded for help were enough to pierce a heart." After he sent that note, he hung up his coat and hat and married Martha Custis. He was voted the President of the U.S. twice. He was called our founding father and didn't believe in rejection. He always wanted peace. He was also called a Republican virtue. Today he's still our founding father and he has a statue outside Federal Hall in Lower Manhattan. Well, I hope you liked my research. I got it from George Washington by Cheryl Harness, also from George Washington by Britta January, and from http://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/George Washington's Legacy.